Niger, I am a student of democracy. I believe that democracy must strive, but I believe that Africa must develop its own version of democracy. The Western democracy is not suitable for Africa.
It's not working, eh?
Absolutely not. It doesn't work for Africa. You look at Rwanda. Rwanda is celebrated by the West, but what they practice in Rwanda is not the Western democracy. You go to Botswana, it's not the Western democracy. They have adopted it for themselves. But you see, let us call a spade a spade. The West is running riots, and I'm happy. My salute goes out to the Nigerian Senate for telling Bola Ahmed Tinubu that he should focus on dealing with Boko Haram. You can't deal with Boko Haram and you are going to fight the president of another country.
Even the Biafran.
You can't deal with Biafra. There's rampant armed robbery on the streets of Nigeria. You can't travel after certain times, and you want to go and do what? Because Western puppet masters are asking you to go into an African state. What was France's interest in Niger? And you should begin to ask yourself what's happening in Francophone Africa. People are waking up. People are waking up and saying that, look, we can no longer be taken
Mali
for
has
stooges.
Associated itself.
Absolutely.
And now Niger seems to be following the trend.
And for me, it is this awakening in the next generation of Africans that we are capable of managing our own affairs and that we must unite. We must have a new cadre. Look across the landscape of Francophone Africa, with the exception of the Niger guy who's a bit elderly. I think he's about 61 or so. All the other guys, the Burkinabe, the Mali, the Guineans, they're young soldiers. You understand me? Africa needs a crop of young leaders who are Afrocentric in their thinking and who will say to the West and Europe, we would stay, hold our own, trade amongst ourselves. We will only trade with you if you are willing to come and negotiate with us as equals. This whole capitulation, this whole sense that we are inferior, that we are incapable of managing our affairs. Look, a black man, Kwame Nkrumah, showed that it is possible just over the weekend.
But he said it.
Just over the weekend. I took my kids across about 3 regions and showed them a few things Nkrumah did. And you know what my soon-to-be 8-year-old son said to me? He said, Daddy, Nkrumah did a lot for Ghana. And he wasn't president for a very long time. And I said, yes. He set a bar that nobody can meet. None of our following presidents has been able to meet. You understand me? So it is possible if you have the leadership, the desire to serve your people and not to serve yourself. And look, that is where we are going. This whole talk, Akufo-Addo is talking about Niger, the junta must withdraw and allow democratic institutions. What did he say when his friend
Alassane Ouattara
changed the constitution attempted to change the constitution of Ivory Coast? What did he say when his friend in Senegal tried to do it? It is that hypocrisy of African leadership that is leading to a revolution in the younger generation of Africans to say, these old folks have had their day, they've had their say, it's our time to take our destiny into our own hands.
Okay, but you do admit, like you said, that the way of coups is not the way.
No, I'm in no way supporting coups, but I'm saying that if our so-called democratic institutions do not foster democracy, you then open the windows for people to vent their spleen in a certain manner.
For military expeditions.
Absolutely.
We have to
feel right now to live in Nigeria, sir.
Living in Nigeria now,
It's very hard to live in Nigeria.
It's what, sir?
Very hard to live in Nigeria.
Why?
The economy of the country have deteriorated. The economy of the country is nothing to write home about. The citizens of Nigeria are really suffering. Suffering in the sense that somebody is just telling me this morning that he changed dollar at the rate of 901 naira. Imagine something of that nature. It's really painful.
Appalling.
Quite appalling. Quite appalling. To survive in Nigeria generally is very hard. It's just as if to say the citizens of Nigerians are just working for the government. That is exactly what it is. People working from hand to mouth. Nobody, a whole lot of people doesn't make enough savings again because of the way things have skyrocketed.
Would you say the previous administration is better to the current one we have right now? Buhari is better to Jagaban?
Yeah, considering the economy of the country when Muhammad Buhari was in power, and then compare it to this present administration of Bola Tinubu, I prefer Buhari own because quite all right. When Buhari was in power, we were buying fuel at the rate of 2 something. Now we are buying fuel at the rate of almost 600 something naira. I prefer Buhari own. Yes, I love Buhari administration.
You love Buhari administration?
More than Tinubu's own.
You say Tinubu is incompetent, sir?
Yeah. I won't say that Mr. President is incompetent, but I just feel that Mr. President have to do a whole lot of reshufflement. He just have to do something in order to alleviate the problem, the suffering of Nigerians, because the problem is growing higher every day.
It's going on. Sir, your reactions on sending troops, like Senate rejects, sending troops to Niger. Now, he's the chairman of ECOWAS. He can also use other means with the sanctions already imposed on Niger. What will you say of Nigerian troop or ECOWAS going to Niger to restore democracy in that country, sir?
The issue is this, restoring democracy is good, but somebody have to put something in consideration. The plight of the people in Niger, the plight of the people before military taking over the leadership of Niger. There not be something that prompted that. Maybe the people of Niger are not comfortable with the previous administration that made the military to come into power. That's the thing. Then in the issue of the ECOWAS chairman, which is Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the other measures that he's supposed to use in order to dialogue. I believe dialogue is the best way to settle the issue of Nigeria and Niger. Don't
you think that will also inspire the similar thing happening in Nigeria? Because Nigerians are also dissatisfied.
Nigeria is dissatisfied.
In the current administration.
We are somewhat dissatisfied in this present administration, but that is not the reason why Nigeria should go by the way the Niger Republic went. No. But I believe there's other measures that we can use to settle the issue. Like tribunal or dialogue is the best way, because I heard that Mr. President wants to send military to go and restore democracy in Nigeria, which is not through dialogue. So I believe dialogue is the best solution to solve that issue.
Nigerians are saying military should take over. You support them?
I just believe in democracy. I believe in democracy, but I believe the major problem that Nigerians are facing is lack of rule of law. We don't practice rule of law in Nigeria. If they practice rule of law in Nigeria, and if we are really following the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I believe the people in government supposed to know exactly what to do, and having know that if they can be able to follow that particular constitution, I believe there are no need of we crying for military taking over. I believe in democracy.
Thank you so much.